Solana crossed the $60 barrier today. I believe it hit $63. I think that's what I saw. Doing fantastic. I think Chainlink is still up just a little bit, but profit taking definitely has kicked in. We continue to get great news about XRP building towards an extremely bright future. This is no different. Ripple may become a key liquidity provider with Ripple Payments XRPL DEX integration. Listen, I think that when you're talking liquidity, I'm not just thinking about automated market makers. That's what this article is about. Automated market makers are cool. I want to see how that affects the price of XRP, and I think that it will be major. But I'll say this: when I think about liquidity, I think global liquidity provider. Provide liquidity everywhere that you can and float that idea everywhere that you can. If Ripple hasn't done that already, or any companies that are building on XRPL, like I said plenty of times, we can establish the biggest liquidity cushion of all times. There is a liquidity crisis going on right now. It's not near, it's here. FT.com, Financial Times, with this article that was titled, "With a Liquidity Crisis Looming, Investors Must Switch Their Thinking." We've been warning people for years a liquidity crisis was coming. I've been telling people for years, not only a liquidity crisis, but a depression. I told people, this was like maybe 2 years ago, harsh economic circumstances were coming, right? We've been talking about this for a long time. Day ones, this is nothing new to us. But this is why generational wealth and vehicles like XRP are going to be important. My humble opinion, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do what you want to do. Make your own decisions. But this is why it's going to become important. The two-tier society that people had told me about, people that were on the channel, used to always tell me about this two-tier society, is more real now than ever. And unfortunately, that bottom tier is going to be so devastated, right? That I think is beyond what people are imagining. Now, if you look at what's going on, for example, right, and this is one, like I said, this is why generational wealth and having that and being wise with how you manage your capital. You have to be wise, whatever it takes, so that you can retain and hold on to your capital, whether it's riches or wealth. It doesn't make a difference, for as long as you can, and not blow it all like a lot of people did in the last bull run. So that's what. If people can acquire generational wealth, I think that's the primary thing, is preserving that wealth. That it can come through things like, possibly, if XRP does what it's supposed to do, if XLM does what it's supposed to do, Algorand, the bank coins, the usual suspects. Now you have Solana, you have Chainlink. They've completely changed their dynamics over this last year. Completely. We covered it. When they start going in deep with a lot of these big companies and they start talking that money talk, like they're trying to become bank coins like Chainlink did, working with Swift, that's when we knew, okay, they're starting to sort of come into our territory. They can move some major capital. And as you see, things have been going very well with them. Same thing I thought about when we first got into XDC and Zenfin, although I don't cover it very often. One of my favorite bank coins as far as potentiality, right? But I'm saying all of this because just look at this article here. So you have liquidity crisis in multiple places. They've been removing capital from the global economic system at an alarming rate. They did it all wrong. They caused a lot of damage. They're going to cause more. And so you have also the advent of so many people lost their jobs, right? And the Fed actually saying, well, more people may have to lose their jobs. This is a natural occurrence or symptom, if you will, of raising interest rates. But wait a minute. They're so confused. Look at the confusion of the minds that are in charge with the world. If you look at the confusion of the minds that are in control of the world, you can see that this is not going anywhere good. So the individual has to make sure that life is as good as possible for yourself. You can't really look to any authority figures because they don't know what they're doing. So the Fed says more people have to lose their jobs, but then you get articles like this, which indicates a lot of different things. Once again, this is why generational wealth and building your wealth and maintaining it is important. Look at this article here. If this doesn't shock you, I don't know what will. This is an article from finance.yahoo.com, and it is titled, "Despite the wave of boomers, older people, despite the wave of boomers returning to work after the Great Retirement, there are still 2 million more retirees than America's workforce can handle." So they're confused. And wait, do you want people to go back to work, or do you want people to lose their jobs because you have to remove some of that capital from the economy? You see this? It's like they don't know which direction they want to go in. And that type of confusion is the formula for chaos. I'm telling you. You want another example of the confusion that is going on as far as the controllers of the world? Okay, you had Janet Yellen and other United States politicians say that this all ties into the new financial system, by the way. You can't get around this. There's no way. It affects the time that is deployed. It affects who's going to deploy it. It affects everything. You had Janet Yellen saying, hey, we want to come back to the table with China, and we want to better our relationship with China. So they make all of these, meetings. They set up these meetings between Janet Yellen and He, right? He, that's the gentleman's name. And then you have also, I guess if they're going to go through with this, a meeting between the current president of the United States and the current president of China later on. Correct? I was like, okay, well, that sounds good. And what did I say? I said, I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't think this is going to go very well because of the United States' unwavering stances. Didn't I say that? Yes. Then look what happens here. Look at this. How do you negotiate with someone when you threaten them? So first, for maybe 2 weeks in a row, they say they want to come to the table and make peace with China, which is a main member of the BRICS nation. And then you have articles like this. Yellen warns Beijing. What? So you're going to warn another world superpower who you claim you want to have a better relationship with, and you believe that you can scald them, that you can scald them like a misbehaved child, and that's going to go well. The confusion. So they don't know if they want to make peace with China or control China. And you think that China's not looking at that and saying, "Oh, well, okay, see, we see your true face, your true intentions." It says Yellen warns Beijing, Chinese firms aiding, Russia face significant consequences. I say it like that so I can say the word, and hopefully YouTube, just overlooks that because they don't like certain words said, right? But it says aiding, where, face significant consequences. That's their main partner in the BRICS nation. What? So how does that work? So it's not about Chinese firms. That's a veiled statement. What is it veiling? They're really threatening China, saying, hey, move away from this other country right here. We have a beef with them. How does that work? This is confusion. And this is what I've been trying to expose. Things like that. They want people to lose their jobs, but then they need more workers. They want peace with China, but then not really, because we're going to threaten you and try to bully you and see if you're weak-minded like that. This is what depressions are made of. This is what harsh economic circumstances are made of. This type of, what more can I say? So generational wealth, going back to that. This is why a lot of people are long-term holders of something like XRP, where you have all these banks signed up and they have massive problems, massive problems. You saw what happened. You have banks like Wells Fargo. They're having so many problems. They can't even, it says, here's an article. It says Wells Fargo refuses to refund customer after thousands of dollars were taken out of this customer's account without authorization. So it's not even the customer's fault. We've seen this time and time and time again. There's a massive deposit flight continuously every single week. People are pulling their deposits out of the bank. Look it up. Look it up. Something major is going on. The legacy system is crumbling right before everyone's eyes, and they're feeling it. It's just like people they don't want to believe what they're actually experiencing. So you have people that can't retire now. You have customers, bank accounts getting closed by multiple banks without warning. This has been continuous throughout the year. I just read some more articles on this the last few days. Look all of this up. I want you to question things. I want you to know for yourself. I'm not here to sit above you like some fake lord to control your mind. Not at all. I want you to know for yourself. Seeing is believing. So you have people that can't retire. You have the banks, some of them getting hacked. You got insurance companies getting hacked, right? You have systems that apparently help the banks function going down, where people couldn't even get their deposits for multiple days in a row. I'm not sure if that has been completely resolved as of yet. I need to look into that. You've had so many banking problems. Something like XRP, properly positioned, and this is why I believe they've been holding back. All it takes is Congress, folks. All it takes is Congress to give the word and say, hey, these crypto here are in the clear. Here are some crypto rules. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. And the time is now. Are the people really pushing Congress like that? The people, it's so strange to me. It's so strange to me. It really is. The people fight each other more than they fight for each other. They fight each other more than they'll fight Congress or something like that. That's holding them back. That's holding them back. That are not doing their jobs like they're supposed to. But all it would take is for Congress to say, hey, here's some clear rules on crypto. You and I both know XRP is in the clear. We both know that. And that wave of money is there because Ripple, check out not the members only video I released last night. Check that one out too. But the one, I think it's the one before that. Check that one out. You'll understand what I'm saying. But they have indicated that they've sat in a lot of meetings and that listen, I'm just going to give you my opinion. Let me put it this way. They indicated there's a wave of money waiting. Watch that video. A wave of money. I told you how many banks. Swift has thousands of banks. I think more than 12,000. How many banks does Swift have? Let's see if we can look that up. How many banks does Swift have? You think that XRP can take a huge swath of those banks? I believe that they can. I believe that it's all set up and waiting. So I was right. I thought it was 12,000, about 11,000. It says Swift connects more than 11,000 banks. You think we can't get 1,000 banks? 2,000, 3,000? You think we can't? We're better than them in every possible way. So when I hear certain things said, once again, like I said, members only section, watch that video. When I hear certain things said, I read certain things. It's very clear that wave of capital, after we jump over just a few more hurdles, that wave of capital would skyrocket XRP's price. Any other bank coin that's wide. I think Algorand would be next in line. XRP, Algorand, Quant, I think will fire off the hardest. XLM is right behind them. But I have to wait to see how heavy the liftoff will be. XLM will also be pulled by XRP's movement, just the way that it works. All right. So anyway, let's move on here. I have so many thoughts today. This video is going to be a little bit different. It's a little bit out of order, but this is like the most potent thoughts I can possibly give right now because what I'm reading is startling. So now, this article here is titled, "Expert Says It's Strange That XRP Doesn't Have a Spot ETF Application." No, it's not. No, it's not. They don't want too many regular people knowing about XRP. They don't care about Bitcoin. They never did. They just want to make money off Bitcoin. It's already there. The money is there. Why not make money off of Bitcoin? That's how they look at it, but look at how they attack Bitcoin over the years. So it's not that they love Bitcoin and like it. They're just going to make money off it just because. The opportunity is there. They're opportunist. Like Young Jeezy said, I see opportunity. I'm an opportunist. That's how they think. Ethereum, same thing. Same thing. They don't think Ethereum's the best. Solana is much better than Ethereum. So as far as smart contract platforms, Algorand's better than Ethereum. Hedera's better than Ethereum. I'm not trying to throw shade on Ethereum. It's still a moneymaker and it's still going to be a moneymaker. But I'm just stating obvious, but they're just going to make money off of it. XRP, remember what they said in the beginning. You can look up these articles. They said they wanted XRP to be like the bank's personal Bitcoin. If that is the case, you can't have too many retail investors involved. We're here and we're not going anywhere. Some of us, all right? Not all of us. But that doesn't matter because we're such a small group. So what leads me to believe that they don't want, besides, the legendary tales of how it wasn't made for retail, but it really wasn't made for retail. It really was made for wholesale CBDC movements, really. The dynamics have definitely changed. But when you have things like this, where XRP has clarity, and yet still you don't hear about it, XRP ETF, then because that type of news would move around the world very rapidly and bring a lot of eyes to XRP. So they don't do this to keep it quiet, possibly, right? Then what else? We have a lot of other companies and they're like, XRP is the best, but we're not maximalist. You start hearing that talk. Haven't we heard that talk? Being a maximalist, it's not. That tells me you want to keep it all to yourself. You want to keep it quiet. You don't want the people to know about what's the best of the best. When you're the best of the best, what do you mean? It's not about being maximalist. When you're the best of the best, you get chosen every time. No one's going to choose something number 2 over what's number 1. Not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So when someone says something like that deliberately is trying to take my intelligence and reverse a logical pathway, no, you're up to something and you just don't want it's not time yet. It's not time yet. You don't want that attention just yet. You're trying to control when you flip the switch, because you see the switch could be flipped without the controller's word. It can be flipped. They know it. There's a lot of XRP out there. Banks could start buying XRP and just using it outright. Why didn't they? Listen, they're controlling when the switch gets flipped. They're controlling when everything goes off. And I'm telling you now, I said this before. When you have a system like a financial system, it's better if everybody begins using it at the same time. It doesn't make sense to have 1 or 2 or 3 just using it. Then you don't get the major benefit. The higher the price, the lower the fees. Let me say that again, because I don't think people are hearing or understanding how significant that is. The higher the price, the lower the fees. That's number 1. Number 2, if you're holding a ton of XRP, let's say you're a company and you were holding a ton of XRP, and when you liquidate that, you can use that capital however you want. Why would you not want XRP to go to an extremely high price? Of course you would. So you need everything to go perfectly. And you don't need anything upsetting that apple cart, do you? No, you don't. So now, this article here is from U.Today and it's titled Ripple's Resurgence. XRP targets $1 as volume and market cap soar. We had a little bit of volatility. It was nothing. Nothing at all. People are going to take profit just like they just did off of Solana. And I believe Solana will go back up again. It's not even down much, honestly. It went above 60, went to like 63, I believe. Then it came down a little bit to like 58 or something like that. Not bad. Not bad. Might go down a little bit more. Not bad. Everything has its rhythm. Everything has its tides. So let's read a little bit about what they have to say here about XRP getting to $1. And by the way, when it gets to $1, it will go crazy. People will feast. Anyway, XRP is charting a course for recovery as it sets its sights on the $1 milestone. The journey of XRP on the market has been a roller coaster of sorts. Yes, but a very good roller coaster. It showed me a lot. I learned a lot from that. This is with its price movement reflecting both investor sentiment and market trends. I also learned how XRP can be very stable for quite some time, and having a very small consolidation range is very good. Imagine when you have all the companies using XRP, if that day is to come. This is currently XRP's volume and market capitalization are swelling, indicative of growing interest from traders and potential optimism about the asset's future. Yeah, 2024, we still have a little bit of battling to do. But between 2024 and 2025, super bullish years. A close examination of XRP's price chart reveals that the cryptocurrency has experienced a resurgence after a period of being oversold. This overselling often leads to a rebound as traders capitalize on what they perceive as an undervalued asset, greatly undervalued, greatly suppressed. Let me say that as well. Right? All right. So now this article here is titled Forbes XRP braces for imminent watershed moment with potential 300% price surge. This is from Forbes. I think they've spoken about this before. It's not just XRP. It's the cryptos that are thought to be in the clear, which XRP is among them. So I'm going to assume they're going to talk about probably Bitcoin. It will benefit as well. Ethereum. XRP has the most clarity. So Forbes senior contributor Billy Bambro has argued that the crypto market is on the cusp of an imminent and potentially game-changing development with XRP at the center of impact. XRP at the center of impact. This is from Forbes, right? They've seemed to have been very bullish on XRP for quite some time now. I respect that. According to Forbes senior contributor, it's a $3 trillion watershed moment. Yes, they have spoken about this before. He believes it could propel XRP to new heights, causing a price panic, quote unquote, in the market. A price panic. So, I mean, you have all these people telling people this. And look at this. I told you we're going to talk about Bitcoin at some point. This is like, they are the three that are talked about the most right now. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. It says, according to Forbes, there is a significant event on the horizon, often referred to as a watershed moment. Why do they always reiterate things from the top? It says this surge has a potential to impact major cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP significantly. That clarity is going to be something powerful. I'm telling you, when all of these large companies get in, it's time to play. And it's almost time. It's almost time. But I keep in mind also, there was an article that was put out, and it was talking about how sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the effect of ETFs can take a little while before that really kicks in. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but that's what I read in an article. OK, make sure that you look that up and to gain a better understanding on the effect of ETFs on particular assets. This is in particular. Bambro disclosed that experts forecast a potential price explosion for Bitcoin. All right, let me scroll down here because I want to get to the XRP information. Although I do believe Bitcoin is going to continue to do well. It was down a little bit earlier. I saw it was in the red just a little bit. Everything has this volatility. People are going to take profits. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. I saw the DXY was also a little bit green, so the dollar was a little bit stronger today. XRP's fate in such situations. XRP growing 324% will put its price at $2.19. I think that's very reasonable. It is worth mentioning that the prominent market analysts have projected a more bullish outlook for XRP. Yeah, but this is just taking, I think, just taking retail into account. This is not taking all of the different banks and things like that and utility of XRP, automated market makers, things like that. It's not taking that into account. So when you're just taking this at base level and retail play and retail FOMO and such, and you're looking at 219, that's not bad when you're thinking about that. Think about it that way, right? For me, it's the banks and the big money, central banks, the commercial banks, that will make the price explode when the time is right. So now let's move on here. So now this article here is from cryptopotato.com and it's titled, "Which cryptocurrencies will explode next as institutions eventually shift from Bitcoin and Ethereum?" Let's see what they're talking about. So it says here, Lark Davis predicts institutional investors will expand into cryptocurrencies like Chainlink and Solana beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum. And we've already seen Chainlink and Solana doing wonderful right now. Everything's looking good. I'm loving these gains. All right. It says here, he views the current phase as a pivotal chance for substantial wealth creation in the crypto market. It says Chainlink and Solana have shown significant institutional interest and price increases recently. They definitely have. It says, according to Davis, financial giants like BlackRock are set to explore deeper into the cryptocurrency world, not only embracing Bitcoin and Ethereum, but extending their reach to include other prominent crypto ecosystems and assets like Chainlink and Solana through the introduction of exchange traded funds, ETFs. All right. So let's see what this last one here. Oh, so the last article here was about Chainlink. I cover Solana a little bit more than Chainlink, but I have some Chainlink. I definitely do. And I think that they're going to have a very bright future. I do. So anyway, this article is titled, Chainlink Unveils Crucial Details About Staking V0.2. It says, here's what to expect. The staking upgrade builds on the features of the first version that went live in December 2022. Designed to enhance the economics and security of its Oracle service, Chainlink stakers get rewards for their participation. Specialized as this offering is, Chainlink said every link holder and node operator can access the service. The barriers to entry remain lowered for individual users with one link worth $14.81. I think it was a little bit higher today, wasn't it? A little bit higher. Set as the minimum. I'm not sure if it came down yet because there's been some profit taken in the market. So set as the minimum required to participate. Its node operators, however, will require at least 1,000 link to participate to properly decentralize access to its staking pool. Okay, so now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. I skipped a lot of articles today, but we'll cover them tomorrow. So until next time, let's get to the money.